Scano everyone, Chief Sherry-Lynn Hill here. Nyawa, thank you for tuning in to the weekly Chief and Council radio show. The update I have this week starts us off with, on Tuesday, September 23rd, Six Nations of the Grand River staff came together for a day of fun, food, and friendly competition at our annual Staff Appreciation Barbecue and Baseball Tournament. The day featured a delicious lunch and plenty of door prizes. It was great to see everyone out enjoying themselves. I even joined in on the fun by helping as an umpire, stepping up for a turn in the dunk tank, and playing for one of the baseball teams. Nyawa to the Employee Wellness Committee and their volunteers who helped plan and run the event. It wouldn't have been possible without you. On Wednesday, September 24th, I met with City of Hamilton Mayor Andrea Horwath to discuss how Six Nations of the Grand River will be involved in supporting the planning and celebrations for the 2026 Juno Awards. Mayor Horwath and I will continue to meet monthly as preparations move forward to the March 2026 event. Six Nations Tourism is also participating on the planning committees. On Friday, September 25th, I joined the Six Nations of the Grand River Orange Bag Giveaway to help hand out bags to the community. A total of 1,000 bags filled with traditional family games were distributed to community members. It was good to see such a great turnout. Nyawa to the dedicated staff and volunteers who worked hard to make this event possible. Councillor Dale Bomberry and Councillor Carrie Bomberry were also in attendance to help. To ensure everyone in the community could be included, bags were also delivered with support from the Housing Department to the elders living at Sunrise Court, Pine Crescent, Bicentennial Trail, and Fourth Line log cabins. I also delivered bags to our displaced Iroquois Lodge residents. On September 29th, I attended the Social Services Community Breakfast as they observed National Day for Truth and Reconciliation early. The intent for the breakfast was to provide information on their resources that are available. Orange shirts were also available, and I was able to secure enough shirts to deliver to our displaced Iroquois Lodge residents. On the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation on September 30th, I attended and delivered welcome remarks to the official unveiling of the former Mohawk Institute residential school in Brantford, now recognized as an interpreted historic site. The event marked a significant moment in preserving the history of the residential school and continuing the journey toward healing and awareness. Congratulations to the Woodland Cultural Center and all those who worked tirelessly over the past decade to make this unveiling possible. Their dedication ensures that future generations can learn from this history and carry forward the message of what happened here must never happen again. On October 1st, I delivered opening remarks to our seniors who gathered at the Community Hall for the Six Nations of the Grand Rivers National Seniors Day event. The event was well received with over 200 elders in attendance. I was honored to recognize the impact our elders have in our homes and their overall contribution to our community. Councillor Greg Fraser was the MC, and Councillor Melba Thomas was also in attendance. On Tuesday, October 7th, myself, along with Councillor Amos Key Jr. and Councillor Greg Fraser, took the interim Deputy Minister and members of his team on a tour of the Iroquois Lodge. It was stated, it was shocking. The damage and devastation are nothing I've ever seen before. Following the tour, a meeting was held. Chief Executive Officer and Chief Operating Officer attended in the chambers to discuss the high priority for an expedient new build and the costs associated with Iroquois Lodge during the state of emergency. Tuesday, October 7th, I attended the Six Nations of the Grand River Economic Development Corporation Board of Directors meeting as an ex officio. The Collaboration Adaptive Management is a hands-on session that brings First Nations and Western scientific knowledge systems together to apply the principles of adaptive management to a real-world problem. This workshop addressed a holistic approach to water and land management. This was on Wednesday, October 8th. The Collaborative Adaptive Management participants visited Six Nations. I welcome the participants to the territory. The remainder of the day was spent with Six Nations tourism and ended with a dinner at the community hall. On Thursday, October 9th, I attended day 2 of the workshop welcoming the Collaborative Adaptive Management workshop to Toronto. I also want to share a community emergency update on Iroquois Lodge residents that we released Thursday, October 15th. The Emergency Control Group is aware of a recent article published in the media regarding the state of emergency and long-term planning of Iroquois Lodge. On June 18, 2025, Iroquois Lodge was affected by serious flooding caused by extreme weather. The water caused damage to several areas of the building, which led to quick action by staff and emergency services to ensure the safety of all residents. Residents were moved to Delhi, where staff have continued to work hard to provide safe and consistent care during this time. Since then, the Emergency Control Group has been looking at all possible options to support the long-term needs of Iroquois Lodge and its residents. Planning discussions are still underway, and the community will be kept informed as soon as there are new updates. Please know that the health, safety, and well-being of the Iroquois Lodge residents continue to be the top priority. We understand that this situation may be stressful for residents, families, and community members, and we truly appreciate everyone's patience and support as we work through it together. Just before we wind things down for this week, a reminder from last week's episode that October 25th is declared as Haldimand Treaty Day on Six Nations, and another reminder that the Six Nations of the Grand River Administration offices will be closed on Monday, October 27th, as October 25th falls on Saturday for this year, 2025. Nyawa to all of you for joining us this week. Until our next episode, take care, be safe, be well, and be kind.